Hello, my friends. We're going to get a quick message today. We got the Six of Wands, so we got a glorious win. Okay, so you definitely feel like whatever happened this week, it feels like you accomplished something. It feels like you got to a certain level that you've been wanting to get to. It's not the full step, okay? It's not the end result, but it's definitely like noticeable. Okay, it's definitely noticeable that you're noticing things are starting to change and shift and move a little bit, right? So that's a really good thing. I'm also being told to tell you that it's time for you to start listening to your gut and to your intuition. And you got the Queen of Cups, you got intuitive compassion, that you're very intuitive, you know what you're feeling, you understand what people feel and think around you. Sometimes we don't want to know that happens with me too. Sometimes I get complete flashes. Someone will literally walk into my museum and I'll get a flash of something that they went through that was really traumatic, and it's nothing you can stop. It just happens. Right? And for some of you, this is going to be a few specific people. Some of you are like, what's she talking about right now? Some of you know what I'm talking about, though. It's not anything you ask for. It just happens. So it really makes you empathetic and think about other people in those situations. And all I have to say is they're telling you is that you're never too old to go after something that you want. In other words, if you're like, well, I'm 40 years old, so I'm probably not going to change jobs at this point in my life. That's a very good example. There's no certain age, there's no age limit. If you want to make a big change in your life, make it. I'm probably a pretty good example of that. Right now I own the Museum of Shadows. It's in Omaha, Nebraska, and we're the world's most haunted museum, so it's really awesome. If you ever get a chance to visit, I highly suggest it. But that's not always what I did. I didn't always own a museum. I did hair for 20 years. I was a hairstylist. I worked in a salon. At one point, I had my own salon in my home. I used to go to people's houses to do hair, so you never know where your life's going to take you. And now, here I am. I'm 43 years old. I hate to say it. And I own a museum now. So, if you would have asked me 15 years ago, like, where you think you're going to be in your life, I probably would have assumed I would still be doing hair in a salon in my home, but I don't. I own the world's most haunted museum. So just don't be afraid to take leaps. Don't be afraid to take chances and do something you love and to go where your heart leads you. Of course, it's going to be hard at first. Everything's hard work. It's going to be amazing and successful, and if you want it to be that, you're going to have to put a lot of hard work in, but at the same time, it's so amazing and so rewarding to do something that you love that it doesn't feel like work. You feel like you're lucky to be able to do that every day. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of change. You got release priorities. So it's almost like you're putting too much on your plate, okay? Like you have too much of a list of what you think you should have already been doing or what you think you already should have done, to where you're putting too much stress on yourself, where you just need to kind of sit back at this point, and if you're ready to make that change, make it. But if you already made that change and you're sitting comfortably finally, and you're in the position where you're finally noticing like all the changes and everything going on around you, then you're supposed to just sit back and relax and do nothing at this point and just wait for the rewards to come in. Definitely everybody's over emotional right now. For some of you that are already emotional, like myself, it's going to be hard because it's one of those things where if you're already emotional, you're going to be more emotional. So you're probably crying a lot lately, or like maybe more sensitive than usual if somebody says something to you. Definitely stuff like that, fights. It's just definitely going to be more sensitive. If you're not normally sensitive, you're probably wondering what's wrong with you or if you're broken because you've been emotional lately. So know that that's normal, unfortunately, with what's going on right now. But you did get peaceful abundance coming in to where you are not really going to have to worry about anything anymore. You are going to finally be able to relax and enjoy how far you've come, because you've come a long ways and you deserve it. And I hope this helped. Sorry to ramble on a random night, but I hope you all had the most amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon. I love you.